Hi guys, we're going to go over an application today. So in the exam, it's likely you'll get 3 or 4 questions all coming off one particular application. And you'll only get one of these questions to do within the whole exam. So let's say that we're looking at the heights of people in our class again. So if we've been given that the mean of our class is 164 and the standard deviation equals 4 centimetres. All right, it's very likely, I mean, it'll all be all written out. The Mrs. McEwen's maths class has a mean height of 164 centimetres, a standard deviation of 4 centimetres. It will even say in the question that the heights in my class are normally distributed, and that's a big hint that this is the question you're going to do normal distribution to. Then it'll have 2 or 3 easy questions and it'll get slowly harder. So we're going to have a look at a couple of those easy questions. So the first question might be, what is the probability a student chosen at random is taller than 170 centimetres? All right, that'll be written in words and you have to interpret it into a probability statement. So you draw your picture. 164, 168, 172, 160, etc. Remember there are 3 on either side. We are interested in the 170, so that's halfway in between here, and that means that stuff on that side, pointing this way. All right? So we just go through it the same way we had in last lesson. We write the lower is 170, the upper we write that as 10,000, huge number, standard deviation and mean. Standard deviation is 4, mean is 164. We put it into our calculator. So lower 170, upper 10,000, 4 and 164, and push twice to get 0.0668. 0.0668. All right, that's the probability. So sometimes they'll ask this question as what percentage of the class would be expected to be over 170 centimetres. So from that, what percentage is this? That's 6%. So be careful on the question. Probability is a number between 0 and 1. So the probability of choosing this student would be 0.06. All right, probability equals 0.0668. The percentage of the class likely to be, remember times by 100, 6.68%. But don't answer percentage unless they ask for it. All right, so another question might be, if Mrs. McEwen's class is representative of all Year 12 classes, and out of 200 students, how many would I expect to be less than 166 centimetres tall? All right, so the probability of being less than 166 centimetres tall. All right, so first of all, I draw my picture. 164, 166 is just here. So I'm going to have 0.5, at least this half, and a little bit more. So I'm looking at probably around 0.58, something like that, or maybe even more, 0.6, of a probability that that's going to happen. So I'll put it into my calculator. Lower is negative 10,000, upper is 166. These two haven't changed because my class has that and they said it's representative of my class. So therefore I can put the top 2 things in. So negative 10,000. I don't have to change the bottom 2 things, 166. So the probability is 0.6914. 0.6914. Okay. Now, they said if it was out of 200 students. So if you would have 200 students, you're going to have 200 students times 0.6914. What what percent they want to know how many would be expected out of 200. So we have to go back to our original menu and do 200 times 0.6914 is 138.28, but we haven't seen too many 0.28 people wandering around, so we usually just pick the two numbers either side. So our answer would be 138 or 139 students are less than 166 centimetres tall. All right, so when we're doing this, we look at the question, we change it into a probability, we draw a picture, we write down the 4 things that we're going to put in our calculator, and we write our answer to 4 decimal places. All right, thanks guys, have fun.